everyone. Welcome to another Spreaker and Google Plus Hangout here. Personal foul with Cameron and Jordan, and we have a lot to talk about. NFL Wildcard Weekend. Jordan, are you excited for some playoff football in the NFL?
I'm really excited. I can't wait. The Patriots are playing a lot of good games. A lot of games that look like they could come down to the wire. My favorite game, actually, I like the matchup between the Steelers and the Eagles. I think that the Eagles, with a fast-paced offense and their talented receivers and tight ends, and then they got Nick Foles at the home. I think they could give New Orleans a run for the money.
Yeah, I think Philly could beat New Orleans. And you know what? Let's kind of jump to that. Do you think if this game was in New Orleans that the Saints would win?
Yeah, I think the Saints would take care of business if it was in New Orleans. But since it is even though Philly had the worst record, they still won the division. Even though it isn't, if it's in Philly, the temperature is going to be cold. New Orleans plays in a dome, so it's going to be something different for them, different weather. I think it's going to come down. I don't know if Philly can take it at the end, but I think New Orleans is going to get the win, but Philly's going to get the run for the money. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Philly would be a really good. It would really have a lot of success on the ground. And the Saints are kind of one-dimensional.
Yeah.
They are a team that just solely relies on the passing game. And I don't know how they're going to do. They've never really done well on a slow surface like this. Against San Francisco, they lost in the playoffs. And I think it'll be the same thing. Philly, with their rushing attack, will hold off the Saints. I'm going to go 17-10.
I think it'll be a little more of a because these are both can fill it up on the scoreboard. We know Foles is throwing balls to Deshaun Jackson. He's just tapping quarterbacks. I think I would say I'm going
30-17. That's pretty high scoring.
Yeah, I think the Saints will put a lot of points on the board. They got a bunch of good receivers. Like we're talking about Moore, Jimmy Graham, Colston. They got a lot of guys who can catch the football very well.
That's a good point. There's some other games out on the West Coast. In the AFC, you got, not on the West Coast, but a West Coast team involved. The San Diego Chargers against the Bengals, and it's the 6th seed against the 3rd seed. Do you see the Chargers pulling the upset?
Oh, gosh.
I love San Diego. I just love their little theme song that they have. San Diego Superchargers. I hear that every single time I go to Qualcomm. I love it. But you don't think San Diego can win? I really do think they can win.
No. I think Cincinnati's defense is too good. Come on, Cameron. We know the Chargers they won some. They win nothing. But do you really think they can pull it off on the big stage? You think Philip Rivers? You think he can pull it off in Cincinnati?
Yeah, he can. If it's a close game, he can do it. If it's 20-20 and there's 4 minutes to go in the 4th quarter and Philip Rivers has the football, I really trust San Diego to win the football game.
It's going to be tough, but I'm still going to Cincinnati. I'm going 24-20.
Wait, say What was the score that you said?
24-13.
I think you're really counting out the Chargers' offense. I think they're just as good as they're advertised. They've won the last 7 and 8 games have been do or die for San Diego, and they've been in playoff mode. And Cincinnati, they have that on-off switch. And I don't know if they could be consistent against San Diego. I think San Diego could even challenge Denver if they win this game. Yes, San Diego win to Denver and won.
But I think it's a whole new. I think the Broncos are going to step it up in the playoffs. I think they know they can't make any mistakes. They have to be nearly flawless because the teams are going to be playing. Like, we saw them when they faced the Patriots. They made some mistakes, which allowed the Patriots to capitalize and go on to win the game in overtime. But I think the Broncos are going to make the Super Bowl. Honestly, I can't count. I'm not, dissing the Patriots, but I think the Broncos will get the better of them if they make it to the AFC. I'm just gonna spread.
But I don't know if. Look, I like Denver a lot, but I think John Fox is just highly conservative. You can't find a more conservative coach than John Fox. And it will hurt them down the stretch in tight games. And it hurt them against Baltimore last year.
Sure, but then again, they didn't honest. They didn't have a record. They're a different team. They don't have Von Miller, but I think they're a different team. They're more seasoned. They know how to actually capitalize on other teams' mistakes. I don't think they do that. They still have Peyton Manning. He was still Peyton Manning. He's still gonna comment on those. But okay, Cameron, do you wanna move on to the next AFC game between the Kansas City and the Indianapolis Colts. This game will be played in Indianapolis as they won the AFC South. We have 1 minute to get yourself situated.
All right. Sorry for that. I'm just calling Nick Rice, and I don't want to interrupt.
Is Nick Rice
on? We're dialing right now. Can you hear the?
Yeah, I was just gonna bring up the next game between the Chiefs and the Colts in Indianapolis.
We should ask him about San Diego because he loves San Diego. He's not available right now, but. Yep. Please, anybody, join if you want to share your opinions on Spreaker or Google. As we we're trying to do something revolutionary here on national sports, and we talked about this before. We want to join the ranks of Bill Simmons and his weird technology stuff that he does, or any other sportscaster. So we just decided to do this on YouTube and see if it works. Yeah, sure.
So I was just saying, the Chiefs got a coach
Um, well, I couldn't really hear what you said, but I'm just gonna say that I think the Chiefs.
They're gonna come in rest. Do you think the Chiefs are gonna um, enter the game rusty, or do you think they're gonna come in as they did the first 1 week of the season and take care of business?
I think they're gonna take care of business against Indianapolis. They're a more complete team than the Colts, and I know Kansas City has to come into Indianapolis, but you look at the passing game, and it's not had any success. I mean, it's had success, but with no Reggie Wayne and just a lack of balance you see with the Colts. I think they will struggle against Kansas City, and Jamal Charles will be able to control the game on the ground. And defensively, I don't think you can get any better than what the Kansas City Chiefs are.
Yeah. I feel like the last the Chargers, the Colts, or the Broncos. It seems like they kind of lacked the offensive line from Alex Smith, special teams targets, Jamal Charles running the end. I don't know. It just seems, I don't know if they can handle the just the grinding people.
Yes. Did you say, are you favoring Kansas City?
Yeah, I'm still gonna favor Kansas City.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Kansas City also. All right, so let's talk about some of the other games in the NFL. And the Green Bay Packers finally sell out, and they're going to square off against the Niners in a 0-degree Green Bay game. Will the Niners running game do well in this weather?
You think they could win in the weather? I'm not sure if they can win in the weather. I know, Kaepernick is from Wisconsin, so he's going to be used to it. That's what he should move to. He didn't move to California early in his life. So, I think the weather will affect him a little bit. I don't know if it will affect him enough to hinder how they play. So I'm still going to go the Niners. I'm still going to go the Niners.
Well, I just think that the Packers. I think the Packers are a little bit rusty, and I think even with Rodgers, I don't. Rodgers is going to play against a way better defense, in my opinion, and if they couldn't stop Kaepernick 2 times in a row, I don't really see the third time as a charm for Green Bay. You give up 400 yards in the passing game to Kaepernick week 1, and then the game last year, I mean, Kaepernick was just running wild for like 200 in San Fran. So I think they don't know. I mean, pick your poison, but the defense is so bad. How can you even stop Colin Kaepernick? I think that will be a big difference.